Hi everyone, welcome back to Dimitra's Dishes. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make my Briam strudel. I've never seen it anywhere before. It just came to me when I was trying to think of more ways to serve up vegetables to my family. It's basically a roasted vegetable strudel made with phyllo dough, full of nutrition, but also elegant enough to serve as a main course. We're going to go over the ingredients in just a minute, but I want to say that I am doubling the recipe today because I'm going to show you two ways to do it. I'm going to teach you how to do it with a white sauce, a bechamel sauce that we've made so many times on this channel. And I'm also going to teach you how to make it with a nice light homemade tomato sauce. We're going to go over the ingredients right now and then we're going to start. So you're going to need some really good quality feta cheese in chunk form. We always talk about that, never crumbled. Some potatoes that are peeled and soaking in water, olive oil, an eggplant, some leeks, some sliced red peppers or whatever your favorite bell peppers are, some sliced peppers, garlic, zucchini. Of course, we're going to need some phyllo, some butter, salt, pepper, oregano. Now, those are just the ingredients for roasting the vegetables. We're going to go over the sauce ingredients in a little bit. Let me just tell you that the phyllo that I am using today is the country style phyllo, which is going to be number 10. If you can't find it, you can go ahead and use regular number 4 thin phyllo sheets. It's just that when you're rolling up something that has a very thick and rich filling, just like this vegetable filling will be, they just hold up better and they're a little hardier, so I like to use them. If you can find them, go ahead and use them. I'll post a link down below if I could find it on Amazon. As far as leeks go, they're very easy to prepare. You might have seen them in your supermarket and kind of shied away from getting them just because they might be a little intimidating to you. You're going to cut off the dark green part first. Set that aside. You can use it in soups or stocks. And then we're also going to cut off this edge that has all the roots in it. Now, I've made lots of dishes with leeks. You can look for them on this channel. They're delicious. They're a very mild flavored onion. So we're just going to cut these into half moons. There we go. Now the thing about leeks is that they are a root vegetable, so you're going to want to make sure you clean them really well because a lot of time there's dirt stuck inside in between all the layers of leaves. So put them in cold water and then drain them out, strain them out into a strainer until the water comes clear. And then you want to make sure you keep them strained until they're pretty dry. So you just want to make sure that they're nice and dry and super clean. And if you can't find leeks, you can use onions, just plain old white onions. Use whatever you can find. So now we're just going to chop up our eggplant, make sure it's washed. So I have 2 trays. I'm going to put half of the eggplant in one of my baking trays and the other half in the other. And we're going to do the same thing with the zucchini. We're just going to cut it into the same size, as equal as possible, equal slices, so that way everything cooks evenly. And we're going to put one in one tray and one in the other. And now the potatoes, same thing. We're just going to cube these, one in one tray, one in the other. Now we're going to put 2 garlic cloves in each pan. You can definitely use more garlic if you like. And we're going to put the bell peppers in here. They're going to add lots of freshness and tons of flavor. And then half of the leeks in each tray. And now we're going to drizzle lots of olive oil on these vegetables so that way they roast nicely. And season very simply with some salt, freshly ground black pepper, and some oregano. And just mix everything up so it's evenly coated. I'm just adding a little bit more black pepper to these. My oven is preheated to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to pop these in there until all of the vegetables are nice and tender. That's going to take anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes. Keep an eye on them. As soon as they're ready, take them out, and then we're going to move on to making the sauce. So while the vegetables are roasting, we're going to begin making the red sauce, which is one option for the vegetable strudel. So in my pan right here, I have half of a small onion with some olive oil that's cooking, and you're just going to cook it until it's really nice and soft. If you don't have a small onion, then just use a quarter of a large onion. Basically all you're looking for is about half a cup of chopped onions. Now the rest of the ingredients are super simple. It's just my basic tomato sauce that I add to most of my dishes when I'm making homemade sauce. It's going to be the onions with the olive oil, a little bit of crushed red pepper flakes, which are totally optional, some fresh parsley that we're going to chop up. I love to put Kalamata olives that are sliced in my red sauce. I feel like it goes really well. If you don't like them, you can leave them out. Salt, pepper. I have a can of canned tomatoes. Now these are diced tomatoes, so I just like to puree them so they're nice and smooth. If you have crushed tomatoes, then you can totally skip this step. And then I like to put just a pinch of sugar just to kind of bring out the sweetness and cut the acidity of the tomato sauce. Now I'm going to add my tomatoes to this. I'm going to cover it because it pops and splatters. So now we're just going to season this lightly with a little bit of salt, some crushed red pepper flakes, and some black pepper. And we're going to cook this over medium heat for about 10 to 15 minutes until this thickens. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done. It's going to be nice and thick. Now we're just going to chop up the parsley just to add lots of freshness to this. And I'm going to go ahead and put in the chopped olives or the sliced olive. The sauce is perfect. If it's too acidic, you can go ahead and add a little touch more of sugar. You could even use honey if you want to, and check and see if it needs a little more salt and pepper. But to me, this is perfect. I'm going to set it aside because it's about 10-15 minutes left for the vegetables to be ready. Now we're going to move on to making that creamy bechamel sauce, which is a white sauce option for your vegetable strudel. Now we're going to need a little saucepan. Let's go over the ingredients. They're really basic. They're the bechamel recipe that I always use, only in a smaller quantity. So I have an egg over here. We're going to use a whole egg. I have some Gouda cheese. You can use Gouda, Parmesan, mozzarella, whatever you have. Some whole milk, a little bit of ground nutmeg, salt. I'll find the pepper in a second. You can use butter or olive oil. I'm using butter right now, and some all-purpose flour. So we're going to begin by making the simple roux, which is just 2 tablespoons of butter or olive oil and 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. We're just going to cook this down until it gets aromatic, a little bit of a nutty taste to it. Next, we're just going to add the milk and mix it so that way it gets really nice and smooth. And then we're going to just season lightly with a little bit of salt, pepper, and a little bit of nutmeg. Just a little bit, maybe like 1/8 of a teaspoon or even less. Nutmeg is a very strong spice. And we're going to keep whisking until this thickens. And I'm also going to just cut this Gouda cheese up into little cubes. You can shred it if you want, but Gouda melts beautifully and it adds a really nice tang. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this. So once it starts to boil, it's going to thicken instantly. So just take it off the heat. We're just going to whisk the egg just to break it up a bit. And then I'm just going to temper it by adding some of this hot liquid to it. And then we're just going to add it back to our little pot here and whisk it all together along with the Gouda cheese. We're just going to whisk it and set it aside until our vegetables come out of the oven. So my vegetables took exactly 40 minutes in the oven, and you'll know they're ready when they're nice and tender. You don't want them to get mushy because they are going to continue to bake in the Phyllo pastry for another 20-25 minutes or so. But you can even go in and crush the garlic if you want to. Totally up to you. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the feta cheese to this. We're just going to crumble it into this. Just like that. Now if you want to keep this vegan, go ahead and leave it out and just go in with the red sauce. We're going to go in with the white sauce in this tray. And then just mix it all up. But definitely set this aside so it can cool completely before you're ready to add it to the Phyllo. And we're going to do the same thing with the red sauce. Just add the red sauce in and mix it all up, set it aside to cool, and then we're going to be ready to fill it in our Phyllo pastry. So I've opened up the Phyllo and I've just laid it on a tray and I've covered it with a towel to keep it from drying and cracking up. I've melted some salted butter. Salted butter in the States where I live in America is not too salty. If it's very salty where you live, just use unsalted butter and you can just flavor it, season it with a little bit of salt, maybe like 1/4 teaspoon or so. That just adds tons of flavor. If not, you can use olive oil. So we're going to work one layer at a time. We're going to do about 4 layers. Keep it covered. If you're working quickly, you shouldn't have a problem with the Phyllo drying out. This is not the time where you want to step away and get to something that you've been meaning to get to. Just wait for later. This just takes a few seconds. So drizzle butter on each layer. You don't have to brush it. I don't know why I just did. I think it's probably just habit. And they don't have to be perfect on top of each other either. And it's much easier to do it like I'm doing it in the tray. Just focus on the corners. And the final layer of phyllo, you do not have to put butter on it. Then take your vegetables. Now this vegetable combination here is pretty much Briam, which is a Greek ratatouille, just getting stuffed in phyllo just to make it taste even better. And I can eat this just the way it is. As I was looking at these vegetables, I thought, wow, this would be a great stuffing for lasagna too. So if anybody tries to make it, let me know in the comments section, but this is delicious. I would say it's even great to serve on top of toasted bread like a crostini as a first course at dinner. Get creative, you guys. Now take the parchment paper that's underneath and it'll help you roll this. Roll it one time and put some butter, brush some butter onto it, especially on the edges, because it's going to help it seal. Go ahead and roll it, just like that. Slide it into the center and just take the edges and just tuck them under. Brush it generously with some melted butter. And then just take a sharp serrated knife and cut about 6 or 7 diagonal slits. This is going to help the steam escape, and it's also going to make it much easier to serve when you're going to go to slice it through. Now we're going to set this aside, and we're going to do the same exact thing with the bechamel one. Both strudels are ready to go into the oven. I've reduced the temperature to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and they're going to bake until they're beautifully golden on top. That's going to take anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes. Just keep an eye on them. I am going to rotate the pans halfway through cooking, just so that way they can cook evenly, and I'll share what they look like as soon as they come out. My strudels just came out of the oven. It took 40 minutes for them to bake. They're golden, they're beautiful. Once they come out, you want to let them sit for a good 10 minutes so that way the filling can all settle. If you were to cut into it right away, it's just going to ooze out and just not going to be pretty enough to serve. Let me move this to the side, and then I also want to tell you that you can switch up the vegetable fillings. I mean, it's obvious, but sometimes people go really by the book and by the recipe, and they're afraid to deviate. If you like cauliflower, you can switch out some of the vegetables and chop cauliflower into small little pieces and roast it in there. Any root vegetables that may be in season, carrots, butternut squash. Be creative and put what you love in there so that way you can enjoy eating this, and let me know also in the comment section how you're going to make it or how you have made it. Let's cut into this one, which is the tomato sauce filled one, and I'm going to get one of these longer slices. You can also add pine nuts to this. I mean, the sky's the limit when it comes to filling options. Look at how beautiful that looks. Put this on my plate. And this is the best part of every video, the taste test. It's still steaming hot, so I'm going to be careful. But I definitely do want one of these little olives in here because, I don't know, there's something about the combination of olive, feta, and tomato I mean, it tastes good in a salad, and it tastes just as good when it's baked or cooked together in a sauce. Delicious. A wonderful way to eat vegetables. You're not going to miss the meat in this one, I promise you. Trust me, you're going to want to make this. So I tried the tomato sauce. Honestly, tomato sauce is my favorite, but I am going to also try the one with the cream sauce, which is the bechamel, because that's the one that most of my kids prefer. And I'm okay with using the same knife. Let's do the same thing. Let's get a center piece. If you like more phyllo, go for the corner. But look at that. Look at how beautiful that looks. Creamy, delicious. And who's to say that you can't put olives in this one too? Go ahead. You do you and put some olives in there. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bite of this. And the phyllo is crisp, and it's buttery, and it's just perfect. Both have the same vegetables in there, but because the sauce is different, there's such different flavor profiles. If you want creamy, go for the bechamel sauce. If you want something more tomatoey, then go for the tomato sauce. It's a little bit lighter too. But definitely go on the website, www.dimitrasdishes.com. Make this, share pictures with me on Instagram and on Facebook. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. The recipes are also in the description box right under this. Serve some tzatziki sauce aside this. I'll put the recipe up in the card section. I've already done a video on that. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Yes, us.